Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. I got an interesting one for us today. I don't do a lot of these. Hold on a second. But I'm going to do a one versus the other. Okay. Now, it's still going to be banker all the time. Okay. And so, two completely different methodologies here. One, I've got two different bankrolls here. This is going to be banker, so I can have two places, but they're both going to be banker. Let's understand that now, okay? I got my $5,000 bankroll that I'm going to play the hybrid. I have to be willing to spend all $5,000 because I'm going to go 10 levels, which is about 5,500. I've almost got 10 levels. So that's one methodology. I'm going to let my bankroll and the laddering and the hybrid way try to carry me through. Okay, the other philosophy, doing banker all the time, is just a simple regression up and pull, which you'll stay flat on all the loses, and then on the wins, you regress and up and pull. In this case, you have to have an absolute win goal and loss limit. My loss limit to the hybrid is $5,000. I'm willing to go all the way because I believe in the ladder. However, the regression up and pull, you're not laddering, okay? And now you have to have an absolute loss limit. We're going to make it 30%, which is $1,500. So I'm only going to give myself $1,500. It's like me having $5,000 and quitting as soon as I lose $1,500. All right. This banker, we're playing regression up and pull, no ladder. This one is going to be the more of the hybrid way to do it, and we're going to do it at the same time. All right, this should be interesting, but it gives those that don't like ladders a different way to do it. All right, so here we go. This is going to be, we'll match this with this, and this will match with that, but they're both bankers, okay? I shuffle off camera. I'm going to burn 4 like so, and here we go. Let's see if I can do this without screwing up. They're both going to start out with 100, so that's 2,000. Actually, I'm starting with 2,500. All right, but if I get down to 15, we'll be good. Okay, let's see here. Hold on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm messing up already. Hold on. Oh, this one is here. This one is here. Both bankers and regression up and pull hybrid. There we go. All right, there's a 1. There's a 0. There's a 7. There's a 7 tie. There's a 4. There's a 6. On a 6 or 7. He didn't have a 6 or 7, so he won't draw. That's another tie, 2 in a row. That is weird. There's a 1. There's a 4. 2 through 7. Which it's not, so he won't draw. That's just the rules of it. That's why I spit out the rules as I play them. So the player loses, and again, these are both bankers, so banker wins. Okay? In this case, because my hybrid on that win triggers a regression, so they're both going to be equal right at the moment. So he comes to here, and I'm going to try to go pretty slow. I don't have anywhere to put my chips now. We're going to just put them right here. And then he drops. Let me get rid of these 10s. Here's a tip, Mr. Dealer. Okay. And we're good. Remember, both are bankers. Regression up and pull, no ladder. Ladder. All right, there's a 5. There's a 0. Okay. He's going to hit. And he's going to hit automatically on a 0. So he's got a 5 and a 0. All right, banker loses. So they both lose. Okay. He goes back up to base. He goes back up to base. All right. There's a 6. There's a natural 8. Banker wins. So again, they're both pretty much even Steven at the moment. Okay. We'll go 50. We'll go 50. We'll bring this back. And we'll bring this back. All right, they're equal right now. And that's another thing about just a flat regression up and pull. It'll mimic the hybrid when it's winning. It's just when they start losing, you're not going 100, 200, 300 like this will. But several losses in a row on a flat like that, you know, less banker streaks, you know, then you can slowly bleed on just that. That's why I like the hybrid better, but we're going to find out. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to find out. Definitely, yeah. All right. 0, 6. Okay. 6 or 7. He don't have a 6 or 7, so he don't have to draw. Banker's going to win. Okay, so they both get paid. Okay, and they're both we're gonna up and pull by quarters. You could up and pull by 50s. You could up and pull pretty much any way you want to. All right, but right now they're dead ass even. Okay, 1, another natural 8. So he gets 3. He gets 3. Up by 1. Pull. All right. Natural 9. And the player wins that one, so they're both going to lose. God, I hope I haven't been... I hope I haven't been winning just because it looks like player, but it ain't. Player wins, they both lose. Yeah, who knows? But they both lose. Okay, now we come back out. Back to base. I probably screwed that up already. 0, 1, 4, 3. Banker loses. And now here we go. He's going to 2. He's staying flat. There's a 3. There's a 1. There's a 6. There's a 6. That's a tie. Third one of the shoe. There's a 1. There's a 0. There's a 1. There's a 5. Banker wins. Or a 4. Banker wins. Okay, in this case, he's going to win 2. He'll win 100. Okay, he can drop back down to base. He stays there. All right. All right. Right now, he's up $1.75. He's up $2.75. It's because of that ladder. He lost 100 because he's flat. But it's okay. They're both winning. Way less risky on the banker, just regular regression up and pull. You don't have to worry about such a bankroll. You don't have to worry about laddering, getting it up to ass deep to a giraffe. Just a different philosophy that you have to decide, what you like. As a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and regress him. He's going to stay there on the base. So here we go. They're both bankers, though, if I haven't messed that up already. There's a 5. There's a natural 9. Banker wins, or they both win. So he gets 50. He gets 100. Now he drops to 50. And he ups and pulls. All right. Now we're at a little difference here. There's a 5. There's a 4. 2 through 7. 2 through 7. That means he has to draw. Player has 7. 4. 6 is 0. Banker will lose. So they'll both lose. All right. Now they both go back to base. Okay. It's really close. This is how baccarat generally plays out. That's why I think you're better off doing the hybrid, but again, if you don't want to risk that much, then you go with the regular regression. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 12. 1. 2 versus a 1. All right. That's 8. That's 5. That's a 5, isn't it? Boy, why can't I count? 8 and 7 is 15. So there's 5. And there's 2. All right. Banker loses. This is the difference. Right now. He comes flat. He goes up. This is that risk versus reward right here. 7, 4. He don't draw, but he will. 4 and 6 is 10. Banker loses. They both lose. He goes up flat. He goes to 3. One. 2. 1 versus 2. 1 versus 5. All right, banker wins. Okay, so he wins 3. He wins 1. Okay. And we'll drop him to 2. He goes to 2. We're going to drop him to a regress. All right, he's the 2. He's a regress. All right, here we go. Both are bankers. Both are bankers. I got to keep telling myself this crap or I'll screw up. And you notice I'm not talking as loud today because my wife is still sleeping. But she sleeps pretty sound, and I got this room pretty soundproofy. All right, there's a 6. 8 and 8 is 16, so there's a 6 versus a 5. All right, he's not drawn, but he is. 5. And that's a loser for the banker. Okay, banker loses. Okay, he loses his regression. He loses his double. He goes back to 100. And he goes to 3. Okay. Now, on the regression, if you're only doing one or the other, player banker, all the time, you will miss any streaks that the other one has. Versus follow the shoe, you'll hit the streak. However, you can get chopped by chasing it. All right, you're chasing the streak, and if it's always a if. Well, if I'd have played this way, I'd have won versus lost. Well, if I'd have played that way, that's going to happen no matter what. You can't cover all possibilities. Impossible. Uh-oh, natural 9 for the player. All right, so he loses 100. He loses 3. He stays at 100. He's going now to 4. You know, maybe you see the difference here. I'm willing to go all the way. He's willing to go 1,500. When you do, if you're going to play a ladder, you got to carry it all the way. Stop loss 0. If you're doing anything other than that, now you have to have a hard stop. And I'm keeping him hard stopping at 1,500, which is about 30% of 5 grand, if that makes sense, okay? So right now the player's on a little run, and we're doing banker all the time, and we're not on it. And there's an 8 for the player, okay? Beats us again. So he loses 4, 4, 4. Now he's going to 5. He's staying at 1. So when it loses, the regression guy just loses 100. We're relying on the banker to come back. That's what we're looking for. We got to come down the ladder. So this is actually a good little scenario pocket that we're in right now, just to see if the banker can get out of it. All right, there's a 6 versus a 2. He don't draw 2. He's going to lose another one. Okay, again. Now he goes to 6, and he stays at 1. Let's see. Let's see if the ladder guy can get out of it. That's why I'm doing it this way. Natural 8. Boom. So the player, if we were following the shoe, we'd have been on it. It's one of those ifs, which is why I prefer following the shoe. I don't want to get caught. You got a 50-50 if something's going to do a run. Well, I'm on the wrong side of it now at banker all the time. All right, so this goes to 7. But he stays at 1. So right this second, if it ended, he's down way less than him. It's just that risk versus reward type of thing. Okay. All right. Yeah. There's a 0 versus a 2. There's a 5 versus a 3. Banker loses another one. So the player is on a hell of a run that both of us are missing. All right. He goes to 8. I don't have that many more bullets. I got 8, 9, and maybe 10. That's it. So the banker better get on a supercharge. There's a 6. There's a 4. There's a 5. He loses again. How many is that for the player? Player's going crazy right now. And if we were doing the regular hybrid, we'd be in good shape. This goes to 9. He's at 1. Uh-oh. I might be able to squeak $1,000 for the next one, and that's it. Hybrid's toast. All right. Natural 9. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. All right. Well, you're seeing it here, y'all. He comes back out flat, and he's got to do it. He's got a rail dump. There's 7, 8, 9, 10. This is it. This is it for the hybrid. Right here. Well, it's it for banker all the time hybrid. I would, with my natural hybrid, follow the shoe. I would be on that player run. Let's keep that in mind. Okay? This is for those that believe one side or the other. Stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. Okay, this is just so you can see the truth of everything, right? Now, he's got to win this one or he's done. All right, 8, 9, 10. There's a 2 versus a natural 8. Boy, did he get lucky. All right, so let's pay him his 100. And then he regresses. Get him out of the way. He gets $1,000. So we're going to pay him five, and then hold on. There's the 1,000. He gets to have alrighty. He gets to have 1,000. We're gonna bring this one back, and now he's going down to 9. 8, 9. Now he's at 9. He's at a regression. Let's see if the banker can do a run. He damn sure needs it. So he drops to level 9. Way too high. There's a natural 8 for the player. So he loses that one. He goes back up to 100. He loses 9. Now has to go back up to 1,000, which now is here and here. This is why I follow the shoe, y'all. All right, there's a 4 and a 4. This has got to be a 2 through 7 for him to do anything. It's not. So 9, 10, 11, that's a 3. He does not. This had to be a 2 through 7. So he's going to win by 1. That's the rule. Just so you know, I ain't cheating. All right. So banker's going to win. So he's going to get his 100 and regress. And he's going to get his 1,000. I'm going to give it to him like that. He's going to go to 900. All right, boys, he got a long way to go. Natural 9. Oh my God. Oh, a tie. Banker got lucky with that tie. We need to come down that ladder. Another natural 9. Can you believe that? I can. All right, we lose 9. Go back to 10. And he goes back here. Natural 8, this could be it. And a 6, it's over. Okay, pretty good stopping point. So he loses there, and he loses there. So the banker all the time, using the regression up and pull and ladder, just got buried because the banker couldn't get to this player run. Okay, so I'm not doing an if, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm just telling you I don't play that way. It's just a series of what if you played one way like that. All right, now we're going to look at the loss. Okay, just remember, you can't catch a streak. If you do one or the other all the time, you're going to miss it. And this particular time, it whacked us, right? So if we take $5,620 minus, I've got 100 minus 400 minus 20 minus 50 minus 100. I lost $4,950 with the ladder portion of banker all the time. $4,950. I'm gonna have to get it from the envelopes because this counts, right? Now this guy, the regression up and pull guy, started with 2,500. I'm at 49 over here. I can remember that. Minus, we're not counting him either way. All right. Only this guy. So 2,500 minus 500 minus 10, 11, 12, 1375. He lost $625. They both lost $4,900 with the ladder, $625 just regression up and pull. So now you're getting to see a little bit of both worlds. This is why I do this, okay? So you can see it all right? I would never, I'm just doing it because everybody says banker all the time. Well, I'm being a little bit sarcastic. I'm using the best method that I know to try to do something good. All right? And it got torched. The regression up and pull still lost. But we both lost because we're not following the shoe. Okay? Now, the opposite could happen. It could just chop, and you still lose. But chopping that many times, it happens, but I'll take the risk. All right? Hopefully you've seen stuff. You lost less with a regression up and pull. You lost less, way less. And that, you still, if we were on a banker run instead of the player run, they both would have made a ton of money. I think it did 6, 7, 8 in a row. You know, that's the good thing about an up and pull, if you're on the right side. But I think I'm sort of proving to you, even in the short term, I've won a couple sessions, but I got destroyed this session. I've lost way more than I won because I can't follow. Are you with me? And then you have to pick. What side do you think is going to streak? Well, you don't know. All right. So hopefully that, that did something for you. Let me put my $4,900 back. I got to get it from my envelopes, and this is why I use envelopes. Can't use the bank. We're going to have to pull it from excess. $4,900, $5,000. Well, there's 5,000 minus 100. There's 4,900 bucks. All right. Now, I have to change this 5,000 for there's 3,000, and let's get 2,000 here. Hopefully you guys, learned something, or you got something out of it. I'm still going to play some more baccarat, but I think I don't have to do banker all the time anymore. 3 sessions was pretty much enough of that, I believe, for you to get the drift of what I'm talking about, what I'm laying down for you. I don't think you need to see anymore. So what I'm going to do now is, not now, but I'm going to start, I'm going to start playing my hyper hybrid where I can follow the shoe. And I'm going to play that for a while, just because. Don't let this dissuade you from baccarat. I still think baccarat is a better game than craps. I do. But please understand, every game in the house will kill you. I mean, sooner or later, the unthinkable happens. That was sucky. I wasn't on player. So, all of it will kill you. All of it. Sooner or later. Best bet, like I always say, don't make the first bet. Gambling sucks. Now you see it. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed that one. And, I guess until the next time, be great. See you, bye.